How you doing? Trying to get a quick vid in. Subject dealing with tonight's forgiveness, which is really crucial. The first order is we got to forgive ourselves. Every father, every dad has situation, moments, words, actions that we wish we can get back. You can't. And since we can't, the first order of the day is really look and analyze what's going on. Once you look and analyze what's going on, try to learn the lesson from that. Learn how when I'm faced with the same or similar situation, I can act in a more positive way that won't bring harm or regret on my part, and that will help me be a better person, a better dad, and just help you to guide you along the way. Um, you age because you have birthdays. You don't necessarily get wiser. I know a lot of young guys that are very my definition of wisdom is taking knowledge and apply it and getting a positive outcome. I know a lot of people with knowledge, they don't apply it. There's nothing positive that comes out. So you have a lot of people with knowledge of how to deal with a situation. They never apply said knowledge. So therefore, my definition of wisdom is applying knowledge for a positive outcome. And just as dads, man, there's just so many things that we're responsible for, and I'm not crying out because of that. I'm just saying truthful. That's what time it is. And even though we're responsible for those things, we still need to be up for the challenge. So I just want to encourage other dads, other fathers. The first order of the day is forgive yourself. Because if you can't forgive yourself, it's really hard for you to forgive anybody else. So just encourage you along those lines. Um, I'll go back to some of the first videos. You know, I'm a person of faith. I'm a disciple of Christ, a follower after Christ, and my worldview is shaped in that relationship. So always think about that relationship, especially when it comes down to forgiveness. God in His Word, He says forgiveness is not a choice; it's a command. He said, if you don't forgive others, you won't be forgiven. And since I'm not perfect, my aim is perfection. My aim is to walk like Christ. My aim is to walk after His leadings and be obedient to the text. And if I'm going to do that, I have to be a person of forgiveness. You know, I have to forgive others, but then I also have to forgive myself. So my encouragement to the dads are forgive yourself. Forgive yourself first. Before you can forgive anybody else, you have to forgive yourself first. And don't hold on to unforgiveness because it's like I heard an older gentleman when I was growing up. He said, unforgiveness is like drinking, you know, small doses of cyanide over time, thinking they're going to kill somebody else. That's a good one to me. It makes sense because you're literally damning yourself, you're hurting yourself, thinking it's going to affect somebody else. But unforgiveness does that to you. It's like metastasizing cancer in your own body. You're killing yourself over something that somebody else did instead of just releasing it and keeping it moving. So, dads, let me encourage you to do that, you know. And another part of my heart, like I said, about doing this whole channel is getting challenged by two men to, you know, put this out there. So I'm just trying to keep the content rolling, you know, when I can. I try to do it on the daily. And sometimes I might make two or three and then post them up later on if I'm moving around. But this one really came to me strong in the last like a day or so. It's, you know, it's so many topics. Like I said, I'm just trying to get the page out there. When I interact with other dads, either online or through this page or offline, the topics they bring up, the subject they bring up, or some of the conversations we have, I try to put that in there. But forgiveness, unforgiveness, that's yeah, that's crucial. So to the dads, you know, and a hard part is if it's somebody in your life that is no longer living. Um, I know it's hard to go to them and ask them for that forgiveness. That's why I said deal with your maker, deal with God. Just say, you know, this situation is going on. I can't really fix it because that person is no longer either in my life or no longer living. And but do business with him and just leave it there. I tell people the like looking at the scene of taking things to the altar. A lot of us we take things to prayer to God and we lay it at the altar, and then when we get up from the altar, we grab it back. God's not going to deal with it until you leave it. So To all the dads out there, forgive yourself. Forgive those who have done wrong to you in your life, because it's for you, so you could be a healthier person, so that you can be a positive dad and help your children out and help them navigate this thing we call life. So, you know, iron does sharpen iron. And remember, we're not leaving any dads behind. Lord bless you, and you guys have an awesome day.